Doubles and coffee. Some of y'all wondering and asking, but why Keith Rowley has all these incompetent ministers around him? Why does he keep them? Why did Keith Rowley select a man who could not even pass a pharmacological exam to be the Minister of Health? When PNM got over 300,000 votes, and they must have some qualified, brilliant doctors who vote PNM, why does Keith Rowley find somebody marvelous Marvin and put him in charge of Wassa and Tientech when he knew that marvelous Marvin knew nothing about Wassa and Tientech? Why does Keith Rowley find Shamfa Kujo, who admits she don't know anything about sport, and put her in charge of sport? And the list goes on and on and on. A cabinet of incompetence. Why would Keith Rowley do that? Or ever ask yourself why? Because Keith Rowley didn't come to be Prime Minister and leader of the PNM to fix what bothering you. Keith Rowley didn't come to fix your country. Keith Rowley didn't become Prime Minister to ensure that you get water and electricity and roads good and crime free and your children get education and laptops. Keith Rowley didn't come here for that. Keith Rowley came here to control your money with his friends and family, to spend every dollar and know that he had control of it. Keith Rowley came to procure without procurement. Keith Rowley realized since 1991 to 95 that the power of Prime Minister in the hands of a miscreant, in the hands of someone who wanted to do the wrong thing, was a powerful position, and that in that position he could control all of your money. And what has Keith Rowley done? He's done just that. Because why would you choose people who are incompetent, people who are beholden and shocked to be in a position of power, to become a minister, people who throughout their lives never achieved anything, they were never successful, they were never number one, they never expected to be in charge. So therefore, they're beholden to you as Prime Minister just to be minister, just to be called minister. They fight when you call them junior minister. They say, no, I am the minister in the office of the... They fight for the title because that's all they have. Because they never achieve anything. And therefore, they can't attack you. They can't fight you. They can't argue for resources. They don't have the requisite knowledge. They don't have the passion. They don't have the fight. And most importantly, they don't have the independence. The independence of character. The independence of strength to walk away when they see nonsense. They're happy to just be minister. So they could go in a cabinet and the Prime Minister don't tell them good morning and them happy. Go back now and look at the latest example. Go and look at the Minister of Debt at the so-called CARICOM cricket conference. Go and look when his Prime Minister, Rowley, who he loves so much, came into the room and ignored him. Did not even see him. Did not even consider him. Total disrespect. And he is there trying to tell his Prime Minister a story about his childhood at primary school. When he opened the button, so he say, men who went to school same time say them don't remember that. But let me go, I wasn't there. Trying to tell his Prime Minister, but I opened the button at Curate Presbyterian, trying to lick his K-packs, trying to look for a little bit of crumbs, trying to let Rowley tell him good morning. That's the Minister of Health. 18 babies dead and he's still there. Why? Because Rowley don't have to take you on. Rowley don't have to listen to him. Rowley knows he's a dunce. He can't come in a cabinet and demand resources to fix the hospital. He can't come in the cabinet and demand that he and his staff and his people could build the hospital faster than Noel Garcia. Noel Garcia. All of these ministers, they can't even fight to build their own thing. The Minister of Sport have a sport company that is designed with engineers specific to deal with sport facilities, the construction and maintenance and so on, the construction of building stadium, aquatic center and cycling velodrome. Rowley takes all of that power, all of the money, all of the expenditure away from the sport company and gives it to Noel Garcia. Does the sport minister say anything? Can she say anything? Can she fight? No, she just happy to be called minister. She in charge. So Noel Garcia is the beneficiary of all the incompetence of all the ministers, because Rowley want Noel Garcia to spend every cent. So Noel Garcia building fire station and police station. You think Fitzgerald, a Talbot, narcolepsy, sleepy, body bag, ride a horse with an 8-year-old boy could go and tell Rowley? But my ministry, that's under my ministry, and we could build it. We have the experts. We will make sure that the fire station have equipment and it is built to purpose, and the police station suitable for the police and so on. So stop this. We have people, we have agencies. We could build it. You think Fitzgerald at Talbot Hines, who happy to be called minister because Patrick Mervyn Augustus Manning never give that man a portfolio? You think he could argue that? No. So let Noel go. You go, Noel, go. Go, Noel Garcia, go. Spend more money. Noel Garcia building airport, health center, hospital, house, every house in Trinidad and Tobago, community center, fire station, police station, Red House, President's House refurbishment, Magnificent 7 refurbishment, every sports stadium. Noel Garcia and Rowley have the audacity to talk about corruption. When you want to know about corruption, there's some red flags that you must identify. 1, plenty money spent and nothing working. Plenty money spent and your life worse. That means it had plenty corruption. Rowley in 8.5 years spent over $480 billion, nearly half $1 trillion of your money, and nothing works. What does that say? Red flag. When you want to know about corruption, you know it's red flag? That ministers procure, those who making decisions, they make decisions and they close to the goods and service providers. Rowley is going to negotiate with small pin with all the CEOs, spending money right across the board. Ministers buying Galleon's Passage, ministers are acquiring vessels, APT James and Bucuri plus Cutlass vessels, ministers negotiating, ministers flying all over the place, ministers taking pictures with CEO eating shrimps and drinking scotch. That's when you say corruption. Red flag. You know it's another red flag of corruption? One human being on multiple boards, interlocking directorships. Patrick Ferreira, HMB, NIB, TNT Mortgage Finance. One man in charge of about 30 billion of your assets in charge of that across the board taxpayers' assets. Then you have Noel Garcia in charge and spending every cent, as I told you. You have Newman George on 7 board, Ingrid Lashley on 9 boards. And all of them living at neighbors in Inez Gate with who? Keith Christopher Rowley. You have Eustace Nancis on 8 or 9 boards. All the P&M interlocking directorships. So when you want to talk corruption, you have to look for red flag for Tief. Red flag mean Tief going on. When you look for corruption, you see that ministers recuse themselves because of personal interest and benefit from a cabinet. 560 recusals in Rowley cabinet and the Prime Minister justifying it and saying, yes, whenever a cabinet note comes on that my ministers are going to benefit, whether from rent or any sort of largesse, I make sure they step out of the cabinet. That is red flag. Rowley asking for corruption. So don't wonder why Rowley have incompetence. Don't wonder why the Minister of Debt is still there and Rowley won't fire him. Rowley won't fire him because Rowley doesn't have to listen to him. Rowley doesn't care about him. Rowley could go in a cabinet and control all your money. Make sure Noel Garcia get money to build things. Make sure Noel Garcia get to cut ribbon. Because every ribbon that cut, Rowley does get a piece of the ribbon. Rowley didn't come here to be a prime minister to fix your life, to fix your country, to make sure you're safe, to make sure Lavanty rise and children could get education, to build school, to develop the intelligent citizens, to move forward, to ensure foreign direct investment, to create jobs, to make sure you have water, make sure your road's smooth and you not in traffic. Rowley didn't come here for that. Rowley come here for what he doing now. Procuring without procurement. In your face, controlling your money. And you know what? He calling other people corrupt. When all the red flags of corruption, they wave high on Balize House. Bless. Think about that this Sunday.